Spoils for Victor, starring Mr. Robert Horton. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
So you're from the DA's office, huh? So you want some answers, huh? So you can set the record straight? Why not? One guy's dead already, and me next, probably. Only one thing. Go easy on Madeline, because it really isn't her fault. None of it. Okay? Well, I don't have to tell you about Hollywood. It's full of guys like me, guys with good builds and Greek profiles and curly hair. Guys that look like movie stars and aren't working. They walk along Hollywood Boulevard or they stand around Schwab's drugstore, hoping somebody's going to discover them. And once a day they check in at their agents. He's usually got a little hole in the wall off someplace off the strip. If he's a good guy, he'll let you use the phone. Barney was a good guy.
Hi, kid. What's new?
You asking me? You're my agent.
Things are a little slow right now, kid.
Yeah. Mind if I use your phone?
Local?
Local.
Okay. The dame?
What else?
Something new?
Yeah. Hello? Hello, is Madeline there? Yeah, I guess so. Victor Rudiger. Who's calling, some guy says. She's probably married.
So what? She gave you the phone number, didn't she?
Hello, Madeline? Yeah. Remember? Who's the guy that answered the phone? You got a sense of humor, too. The butler, she says. Oh, I just called up to say hello. I don't like to let things get cold, you know. That's right. Well, what are you doing with yourself? Well, now, for instance. Nothing. I sure would. Where do you live? Wait till I write it down.
Here's a pencil.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'll do that. Bye now.
So where are you taking her that don't cost no money?
Why take her anyplace? She's got her own phone, hasn't she? And I know she isn't living in a phone booth. Hey, where's a place called Woodford Way?
Woodford Way?
Yeah, you ever hear of it?
Yeah, it's in Bel Air.
Bel Air?
Yeah.
That's pretty big stuff.
Yeah, pretty big.
Gee, you don't suppose she does have a butler, do you?
Sure. There's a butler, all right, and she's the maid.
All right, so we'll hold hands in the servants' quarters.
How'd you meet her, kid?
Oh, I'm just walking along Hollywood Boulevard, rubbing my last 2 dimes together, and she comes out of a place with her arms full of bundles, and she bangs into me. She goes one way, the bundles go the other. I pick her up. So, you know, one thing leads to another. I buy her a cup of coffee, and I get her phone number.
Yeah?
That's all. So, I give her a ring. Come up and see me, she says. What can I lose, right?
All right. What's her name? Madeline what?
She didn't tell me, but that guy on the phone, whoever he was, he said that it was Rollins or Raleigh, something like that. Mm-hmm.
You don't read the papers much, do you, Vic?
Sure, Daily Variety and the Reporter, every word.
I mean the newspapers. Is this her? Is this dame here in the picture? Is this her?
Yeah, that's her.
Well, you see what it says?
Madeline Rollins opens Bel Air home. Wealthy sugar heiress whose personal fortune makes her one of the world's richest girls. Oh, well, that's out. I can't compete in that league.
You're a guy and she's a broad.
Yeah, but...
A pretty good-looking guy.
Yeah, but she's too rich for my blood, Barney.
What's the trouble with you, Vic? You don't think big. Here's $50.
What's that for?
An advance. I want you should make an impression on the young lady.
For what?
Object matrimony.
What?
Funnier things have happened, Vic.
Oh, come on, Barney. I can't compete with the kind of guy she goes around with. What?
How do you know until you try?
And even if I did get her to marry me, I couldn't fit into a setup like that. I'd be thrown out of my ear in 6 months.
A lot can happen in 6 months.
Nothing I can't make happen in 6 weeks without getting married.
Oh, yes, it could, Victor.
What?
Something could happen to her.
Like what?
Like an accident. Accidents happen all the time. And they got community property laws in this state. Get what I mean?
Now, you go out and have a good time tonight. Don't worry about the details. That's what you got an agent for.
Well, Barney was right. In the clinches, the richest girl in the world was just a gal. And I was just a guy. And I made out pretty well on that first date. Madeline wasn't hard to take, and she acted like I wasn't exactly poison to her. So good old Barney turned out to be the kind of an agent that an actor dreams about. I mean, he bought me a car and a new wardrobe and set me up in a suite of rooms at the Bel Air Hotel, which is not only the swankiest pad in town, but it was less than a half a mile from Madeline's house. After that, I didn't need much coaching from Barney. I just let nature take its course, and a couple of months later... That's right. We were married. I enjoyed being the husband of one of the richest girls in the world. And Madeline, she seemed to think that she got a bargain in me. So, I didn't have a care in the world. Except Barney. He phoned the first of every month like a bill collector.
Well, kid, how's it going?
Just great, Barney.
Good, that's good. Only, don't forget.
Forget what?
Accident, kid.
Yeah, Barney, I'm trying to figure something out.
You do that, boy. I'm counting on you. I got a lot of dough tied up in you, kid.
I know.
So when's the accident gonna be?
Soon, Barney, soon.
It better be, boy. You wouldn't want an accident to happen to you, would you?
Don't worry, Barney.
I won't. But you'd better.
Sure.
Darling, where are you?
I gotta hang up now.
Who's on the phone?
My agent.
Oh, Vic, you're not going back to work.
No, I told him I wasn't interested. I got my work cut out for me right here.
That you have. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to fall behind, do you?
No, ma'am. What's my assignment today?
Come on out to the pool. I've been practicing my back jackknife. I want you to tell me if it's any good.
She was quite a piece of work as she stood poised on the diving board. I couldn't help thinking I was the luckiest guy in the world. She held herself rigid, her back to the pool, hands outstretched. Then she flipped herself up and outward. Her body jackknife in the air, her fingers touched her toes. She straightened out, but not enough. Her head cracked the edge of the diving board, and she fell into the water and sank to the bottom like a stone. She lay there in 9 feet of water. The blood from the cut in her head was slowly floating upward. Here was the accident. Ready-made. All I needed to do was just walk away and come back a few minutes later and find my wife drowned in her own swimming pool. But I didn't. I had her out of that pool and on the deck, and I was giving her artificial respiration in less time than it takes to tell Madeline, baby, come on, baby. Snap out of it. You're going to be all right, baby. You gotta be. Please, baby, please. Madeline, please. Madeline, you all right?
Yes, but my head... Why, Vic, you're crying.
Me? You're crazy. Oh, baby. 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 So there it was. So now I knew. I couldn't let the accident happen for all the money in the world. I couldn't let her die because I was in love with her. I guess I'd been in love with her all along, but didn't know it. I guess I thought that if I didn't face up to my deal with Barney, he'd forget about it. But not Barney. My 6 months were nearly up. So I tried to talk him out of it.
Well, kid, you ready for the action?
Listen, Barney, I got a better idea.
A better idea for what?
How to get dough out of this setup.
How much dough?
Say $50,000, $100,000.
Are you kidding?
No, I can manage it. I'll tell Madeline I've got a surefire thing in an oil well or something like that, you know.
Vic, I'm your agent, remember? I set you in this part. I expect my commission. Nothing more, nothing less. 10%. $1 million.
But, Barney, don't you...
You're not trying to chicken out, are you?
Barney, I don't like murder.
Who's talking about murder? It'll be an accident.
It's murder. I don't want any part of it. I'll take the $100,000 and let's forget it.
Kid, it is becoming clear to me that you have gone off the deep end for this broad. So I'll ask you this. Who do you love more? Her or yourself?
What do you mean?
That's what it comes down to. Somebody's going to have an accident. If it's her, you and me live happily ever after. If it's you, I lose my investment, and you lose your life. Well, you see, kid, I got connections. I wasn't always a Hollywood agent. I used to have a lot of interests back east, which I bring up in case you're thinking of packing a bag. Well, what about it?
All right.
That's better.
You got it figured out?
The accident? Sure. A burglary. I break into the house. You and your wife hear the noise. You come downstairs and find me at the wall safe. You got one, haven't you?
Yeah, in the library.
Yeah, so you catch me and you shoot. Only you hit her.
I? Why not you?
No. If it's an outside job, they'll keep looking for the guy. And they might find him. But if you do it, it's an accident. Open and shut. No more trouble. You see, kid, I think of everything.
Yeah.
You want to set a time?
The sooner the better. Friday night.
Friday night it is. Oh, and, Dick.
Yeah?
When you shoot, don't miss.
I had to go along with him. I had to know what his plan was, and then maybe I could think of something. And I did. There was this girl, Helen, that I used to know before Madeline, and she was the kind of a gal, well, a guy could count on. I hoped.
Hello?
Hello, Helen?
Yes?
This is Vic.
Vic, you old so-and-so. Well, I never thought I'd ever hear from you again.
Look, Helen, I want you to help me.
Well, sure. What is it, Vic?
I wouldn't ask you, but I'm on a spot.
I was on a spot once, too, remember? What do you want?
You're a good kid, Helen. Thanks. Listen, I can't tell you over the phone, and don't talk to anybody, not to anybody. But what are you doing Friday night?
Whatever you say.
All right. I'll be in touch with you. And remember, keep Friday night open for me. The next thing was to get Madeline safely out of town. On Friday morning, we drove up to her place at Lake Arrowhead. After we unpacked and changed, I moped around a couple of hours, stalling, until I knew I couldn't stall any longer. She was down on the dock sunbathing, and I went up to the house to get her a drink. When I came back, I acted like I never acted before. Madeline, I don't know what to do.
About what?
Well, while I was up at the house, I got a phone call, and I've got to go back into town tonight.
Why?
The deal I'm working on.
Won't it wait until Monday?
No. This guy, he's leaving town in the morning. Madeline, don't look at me that way.
Vic, I don't believe you.
You've got to, please.
All right. But remember this, Vic. I love you. And I'd do something dreadful if anything ever came between you and me. Anything or anyone.
I know, Madeline.
Make sure you do.
The deal will be settled tonight. I'll be back the first thing in the morning. You understand how it is, don't you?
Yes, Vic. I think I do.
I drove down to L.A. feeling like the world's worst heel. I called Helen, told her how to get to the house, where to leave her car, how to get in without anyone seeing her. That was just in case Barney was already watching the place. It was about 8 o'clock when I let her in.
Am I on time?
Sure.
Boy,
what a dump.
Yeah, it's quite a place, isn't it?
Well, it's awful empty, though. I had an idea it was kind of a party or something.
Well, it is, kind of. The people I'm expecting, they'll be along later. This way.
Huh? Gee, I knew you'd married into the gravy, Vic. I didn't know it was anything like this.
Come on in here.
Oh, what's this?
Bedroom, dressing room.
So this is what rich people call a bedroom. Wow, look at the mirrors.
Yeah. Say, can you put your hair up over your head? You know, that sort of crown business on top?
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
Sure. That part of the act?
Yeah. And while you're at it, slip off the things you've got on and put on this nightgown, will you? And the dressing gown, too. And there ought to be some slippers in there that'll fit you.
Hey, now, wait a minute, Vic.
It's nothing like that, Helen. I'll wait outside.
It isn't one of those divorce things, is it?
No, like I said, it's just sort of a gag.
Okay. You're the doctor.
I knew I didn't stand a chance in the world of getting Barney inside, unless he thought he was seeing Madeline. So we sat by the picture window in the living room, had a couple of drinks to pass the time, and then a little after midnight, I heard what I've been waiting for. Come on, Helen, the people are here.
Oh, a blast.
When we get into the library, stay right behind me and don't say anything.
Yeah, all right.
Here we are. All right, Barney. What? Drop the gun and put up your hand.
What's the idea? That ain't your wife.
That's right.
What is this? The old double cross?
Yeah, the old double cross.
You killed him.
He broke into my house. He was a burglar.
But that's Barney Bernard. He used to be my...
He broke into my house.
Oh, Vic, I don't want to be mixed up in a
You're
murder.
not going to be mixed up in anything. And nobody saw you come in here, and nobody's going to see you go. Now, come on.
Well, is that why... I mean, your wife's nightgown?
I'm sorry, but I couldn't tell you more, and I can't tell you now either. You better get your things on and scram.
Yeah.
I'm going to call the cops.
Yeah, all right, Vic. What's that?
Madeline.
I told you what I'd do, Vic.
Madeline, put down the gun and listen.
I said anything or anyone.
Madeline! So there you are. Those are the facts. Put them in the record down at the DA's office. None of it would have happened if I hadn't listened to Barney. It was his idea. Well, Barney's dead and I'm dying. Please go easy on Madeline. She was just an innocent bystander. Can't you just say it was an accident?
Suspense. And the producer of CBS Radio's outstanding theater of thrills, the master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
This by way of explanation. To the dramatist, where there is conflict, there is a play. The conflict, the naked emotions, the tragedy which occurs in the psychoanalyst's couch, therefore, is fair game to the playwright. But there cannot be a play without a protagonist and an antagonist. In the play you are about to hear, the antagonist, the bad guy, happens to be the doctor. But let the AMA and the APA note, we do not wish to imply that all psychiatrists are heavies, nor that psychoanalysis is nonsense. Without psychotherapy, a lot of us would be dead, or worse, so sick that death itself would be a welcome surcease. So listen then to Headshrinker, starring Miss Agnes Moorehead.
And now, Headshrinker, starring Miss Agnes Moorehead. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
The doctor will see you now, Mrs. Ellender.
Oh, thank you. I am his last appointment.
As usual, Mrs. Ellender. I'll be leaving shortly myself. As usual.
Yes, thank you.
How are you this afternoon?
All right, I guess. The couch, or may I sit down?
The couch, I think. Your associations seem to flow more freely on the couch.
All right. You're the doctor. I said you're the doctor.
Yes, I heard you.
Well, that's supposed to be funny.
Is it?
Well, you laughed the first time I said it. First day I came here.
I laughed to put you at your ease. I had heard it before.
You've heard everything before, haven't you, Doctor?
Does it seem that way to you?
Everything but this.
What?
I'm going to kill you.
When?
Before this hour is over.
Why?
Well, look at your notes, Doctor. That must be quite a file you have on me. Ruth Ellender. Manic depressive, compulsive, obsessoid, check and double check neurotic. How long have I been turning myself inside out for you? How long have I been doing my psychic striptease for you? How many hours have I spent on this couch? How many?
You know as well as I.
Oh, no, I don't. Once I could place myself in time fairly well. But no longer. Now there is no time. Now there's nothing but 5 o'clock to 5:45 every afternoon, Monday through Friday. Now they're 23 hours and 15 minutes a day. I don't know where they go. And Saturday and Sunday. What do you suppose happens to me on Saturday and Sunday, dear doctor?
Now, this is a phase of the treatment.
Oh, yes, I know. Transference, it's called. To be followed by counter-transference. And when that is completed, I'll be a whole person. But hasn't the transference gone a little bit too far? I don't know any place where Freud suggests the weekend is a particularly effective time for transference. What happened to those weekends, Werner? What happened to the Saturdays and Sundays of my transference?
Each patient requires his own kind of treatment.
And some other patient needs the weekends? Is she as pretty as I am? As intelligent? As sick?
If you're dissatisfied with the progress of your therapy, you are free to quit at any time.
Quit? What? I can't quit. You know I can't quit. I love you, Werner. Heaven help me. I love you. Love. I said I loved you. What is love, Doctor?
What is it to you?
What is it to me? What is it to me? Always you answer a question with a question. There was a Greek who did that once.
Socrates?
That's right. You're a lot like him, Doctor. You know what happened to him. And why?
Aren't you projecting?
Projecting? I gave up, little boys, when I stopped being a little girl.
You were speaking of love.
I was a little girl once. I was Daddy's little girl. I'd run down the walk to meet him in the late afternoons, just screaming, "Daddy's home! Daddy's home!" And he'd sweep me up in his arms and kiss me, and his cheek would be scratchy against mine, and his mustache would tickle, and he smelled funny, but nice. Sweaty in the sweet, bitter breath of a pipe smoker. The smell of a man. Oh, we had so much fun together. In the evenings, I'd curl up in his lap while he was reading the paper. He never minded a bit. Daddy? Dear Daddy, you know what I'd like to do next Saturday? I'd like to go to the beach with you. Will you take me, Daddy? Will you? We'll go down early in the morning, and we'll stay all day, and we'll have lots and lots of hot dogs. And... oh, no, Daddy. Just you and me. We don't want Mother along. Oh, why did it stop? Why can't I sit on your lap anymore, Daddy? Why? Why, Daddy? Why, Daddy? Why?
Give you something to quieten you.
I don't want any of your shots. I don't need your fancy magic medicine with the unpronounceable name. I want my Daddy. I want it to be like it was before.
Before?
I want it to be like before I was 11 or 12. Before he changed. He changed suddenly, you know. All at once he wouldn't let me curl up on his lap anymore. He'd push me away and tell me I was a big girl now. He'd act embarrassed almost as if he were ashamed of me.
They're probably not ashamed, but certainly embarrassed. See, you were growing up.
Well, I didn't want to grow up. I didn't ask to grow up. I wanted to be Daddy's little girl. That's all I ever wanted. I didn't want all those boys in school. And later, they smelled like milk. Milk that was turning sour.
Yet you married one of them?
Yes, I married one of them. He called me his princess. And he was my knight on a white horse. And we were married in church. I was a June bride, and Daddy... yes, Daddy gave me away. And I was Mrs. George Ellender. I wasn't a princess anymore. And George wasn't a knight on a white horse. It wasn't like the fairy stories where they lived happily ever after. Those stories don't tell you about sinks full of dirty dishes. They make no mention of the sleep smell of the dawn embrace and the painful tedium of getting to know someone after you're married to him. But we made it all right. We got through that first year. We played house. I called him Daddy, and he called me Mummy. We thought it was fun. Well, it was fun. But you changed all that. You wakened me. You taught me reality. You opened my eyes, you and your psychoanalysis. Why did you pick on me? There were other women at that party where we met. Lots of them. Nice, juicy, neurotic ones. Why me?
You sought me out.
Oh, come now. I arrived at that party in the best of health. You left it a very sick woman who could be made well only by you. You convinced me that I was leading a meaningless life, that I was unhappy and maladjusted and immature. You assured me that I would only realize my fullest potential through psychoanalysis. You practically begged me. No, you seduced me into becoming your patient.
You came here of your own free will.
That first night, when you took me to dinner, I didn't know then. Well, how could I that no ethical analyst would have suggested such a thing? Well, I thought it was part of the therapy. Well, I was so easy for you, wasn't I, Werner? It must have been very little fun for you, really. No struggle. Poor Werner. I took away your sense of conquest, didn't I? That I gave you everything else. Everything. Willingly. I loved you, Werner. You were a god. My god. Your pipe, your beard, you...
Daddy?
What a contemptible thing to say. What an evil, dirty man you are.
You see why it has become impossible for you to continue as my patient.
Yes.
I told you when I became your lover that I could no longer be your doctor.
And you were right. So that's the last time I will ever lie on that couch. From this moment on, I shall no longer be your patient, and you will no longer be my doctor.
That's a very mature decision.
Yes. Because now I'm going to kill you.
That gun is loaded?
Do you think I'm just acting out my aggressions? I'm not that sick, dear doctor. This gun is loaded.
You have considered the consequences.
All of them.
If you take my life, society will take yours.
They won't get a chance. There's another bullet in this gun. Several.
I could ring for help.
Oh, go ahead. You'll be dead when it gets here.
You are quite determined to kill me?
Quite.
And do you feel qualified to judge, to condemn, and execute another human being?
As qualified as any other woman who has been rejected by the man she loved and found him to be not worth her loving.
Oh, don't you think this comedy has gone far enough?
It is a comedy, isn't it? And you're the comedian. The apostolic descendant of Sigmund Freud. From all our sins, dear Freud, deliver us. Thy will be done. Deliver us not into our id, and forgive our ego, for thine is the power and the superego forever and ever. And little bearded Werner is thy vicar on earth.
Oh, you are becoming hysterical. Put the gun away and get hold of yourself.
I'm enjoying our little comedy. And my hour isn't over for 12 more minutes. It is my hour. I'm paying for it.
You're insane.
Insane is a legal term. Not a psychiatric term. Remember, we learned that early on the couch. There is no such thing as insanity, only varying degrees of adjustment to reality. There, see how well I know my lesson? See what a good patient I've been?
But you were not just a patient. You were so much more to me. You made me a man.
Yes, I know. So you told me. But you didn't tell me about the one before me. The one who tried to commit suicide after you refused to continue therapy.
How did you...
Oh, I've been doing a little checking. Very interesting, the things you hear around town when your name is mentioned. You know, Werner, you aren't very highly thought of in this community.
What do you mean?
I'm surprised no one has named you as a correspondent in a divorce case yet. How many of your patients stay married after you're through with them? What is it you have against marriage, Werner?
I cannot be responsible for what a person does once he learns the truth about himself.
Of course you can't. A surgeon can be held responsible if he leaves a pair of pliers inside a patient after an operation. An obstetrician can be held responsible for a bungled delivery, but you can't be sued for a ruined life. Oh, it's a great out you have. The patient did it himself. Well, name me one patient you've made happy.
Oh, psychoanalysis does not guarantee happiness.
Now you tell me.
It seeks to help the individual to adjust to reality. There's no such thing as happiness.
That's not what you said.
There is only absence of angst.
Translation, please.
Angst, anxiety, fear. A person can function normally only when he has rid himself of fear.
What are you afraid of, Werner?
Me? But nothing.
And why do you hide behind that beard?
Well,
Aren't you afraid to look like other men, lest people realize that's all you are, just another man?
No, of course not.
And why do you use your analyst couch as a Lonely Hearts Club? Can't you meet women any other way?
Ruth.
Are you afraid to compete with other men in the world of women?
Ruth, please don't say things like that.
Why? Because they're true? Are you afraid of truth, Werner? Of
Ruth,
reality?
You said once you loved me.
Oh, so I did, and you said you loved me. And I believed you. But now I know you didn't love me. You hated me. You hate all women, and you hate the happiness they can bring to a man. So you try to destroy love wherever you find it. You aren't an evil man, Werner. You're a sick man.
I know I am. What can I do? Sit here all day long listening to the deepest problems of others, but who can I turn to with my problem?
Well, forgive the bad joke, but what you need is to be psychoanalyzed.
Oh, I was, you know that.
Well, then you need a refresher course.
No. Ruth, I need you.
Me?
Yes. Ruth, you know all about me. You understand me. I need your help, Ruth. Help me. Help me.
Oh, no.
You must help me, Ruth. Please.
You seem to be forgetting that I came here to kill you.
No, you didn't mean that, really. You're acting out aggressions, that's true, but you wouldn't go that far.
Oh, yes, I would.
No. Not when I need you so desperately.
You're really afraid, aren't you?
Yes, I'm terrified. Not of dying.
Of living?
Yes, without you. I know now. I can't go on living without you.
Well, then the biggest help I could be to you would be to kill you. But I couldn't do that now. It would be ungrateful of me.
Ungrateful?
Yes. You see, Doctor, you've cured me.
Of what?
Of you.
But I need you.
Well, that, my dear Werner, is your problem. Well, I see my hour is nearly up.
No, you're not leaving me.
Yes.
No, you can't. Ruth, you can't.
Oh, yes, I can. You're no longer my doctor, my father, my lover. Oh, my God.
Please.
You're just a frightened little man.
Please, Ruth.
Oh, I might as well leave this gun with you. I'll have no further use for it. Good luck, Werner.
Suspense, in which Miss Agnes Moorehead starred in Headshrinker, written, produced, and directed by William N. Robeson. Supporting Agnes Moorehead in tonight's story were Lawrence Dobkin and Patty Gallagher. Listen. Listen again next week when we return with another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. And now, another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
A story of murder with a motive for everyone, as in a moment we bring you The Thimble, a story by Eliezer Lipsky, adapted for radio by Alan Sloan.
Yes, Miss Brady?
Mr. Morgan?
Yes?
Miss Dennis O'Neill to see you.
Did you ask Miss O'Neill to wait a few minutes? No, better yet, have her come back after lunch. Detective Russell and I are busy.
Yes, sir.
Dennis O'Neill. Now, where have I heard that name before, Joe?
Morning paper. Daughter of the house painter who died yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Heart attack, wasn't it?
Yep. Where were we?
Well, we were...
I've got to see you. Don't touch me, Joe. Please wait outside. I'm sorry, Mr. Morgan. This young lady just forced her way in.
The district attorney.
It's all right, Miss Brady. It's Assistant DA, Miss O'Neill, and I'm he. Well, as long as you're in, won't you sit down?
No, please. There's no time. You must hurry. Who's this man?
Detective Joe Russell.
Detectives, police, won't somebody do something? They're going to bury her in 2 hours.
Bury who, Miss O'Neill?
Bury my mother.
If the funeral's in 2 hours, shouldn't you be...
No. You must listen to me. They wouldn't listen to me at the police station. They wouldn't listen to me at headquarters. You must listen to me.
What is it you want to tell me, Miss O'Neill?
My mother was murdered. She was poisoned.
Why do you say that, Miss?
Because my mother's heart was as strong as yours. She was murdered. And he signed the death certificate himself, and when I demanded an autopsy, he refused.
Who is he?
Don't you know? Everybody knows. Everybody in the world knows they were more than doctor and patient. Everybody knows.
Doctor who, Miss O'Neill?
Dr. Charles Cypress.
Yes, I've heard of Dr. Cypress. Isn't he a reputable doctor?
Oh, yes, he's reputable. But he poisoned my mother.
Now, Miss O'Neill, why would Dr. Cypress want to poison your mother?
Her will. She made him her executor. She left her art collection to him. He was tired of her and he wanted her money.
Miss, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Why didn't your mother leave her collection to you?
Me?
Yes, ma'am. You're over age. I should
Well,
think...
you must know. Everybody knows. Don't you know about me?
Know what, miss?
I'm insane.
You say Dr. Cypress refused an autopsy?
Yes, he flatly refused.
Mm-hmm. Where is the funeral, Miss O'Neill?
Waterside Parlor, 2:00. Everybody will be there. But I'll know she was poisoned.
All right, we'll take you there.
Venushka, where have you been? We've been searching and looking.
Yeah, they don't believe me.
And these gentlemen, who are these gentlemen?
I'm Charles Morgan, Assistant District Attorney. This is Detective Joe Russell.
Venice, baby darling, go sit with the others. Let Uncle Mitya talk to them. It's terrible. She's breaking my heart.
Are you her uncle?
No. Everybody calls Mitya Obliensky Uncle Mitya. Obliensky Galleries, 57th Street. Poor Thimble was to have her finest exhibit tomorrow. Instead, her funeral today.
Did the girl tell you her mother was poisoned?
Of course. Oh, hysteria, despair, wildness. It's impossible. I was there. It was in my gallery, before my very own eyes.
Why do you say impossible?
We were all there. How could such a thing happen? I was there, Venice was there, Mrs. Cypress was there, and all of a sudden, it hurts. The hand to the chest, the smile to the lips, then gone. Right there.
And Dr. Cypress?
There, I tell you, right there.
Uh-huh. Is the doctor here now?
Everybody is here. Why?
I'd like to speak to him.
Oh, of course. I'll bring him. I'll catch him.
You want a motive? Obolensky has one.
Oh, how so?
Guy handled the artist's stuff. Like stamps and collectors. Fewer of an issue of stamps, the more value. Fewer of a painter's work, ditto. No more O'Neill. No more O'Neills.
Joe, you're a ghoul. Dr. Cypress?
Yes. Mr. Morgan, I believe?
That's right. Few questions, sir.
Oh, by all means.
What did Mrs. O'Neill die of, Dr. Cypress? What was the cause of death?
Why, heart disease, of course. Thrombosis.
How did you know?
Well, it was perfectly clear. She had coronary arterial sclerosis for years. If you come to my office, Mr. Morgan, I'll show you Mrs. O'Neill's electrocardiograms for the last 15 years. Oh, as a matter of fact, you may have already seen some of my work.
Oh, where, sir?
Monographs on police medicine, methods of post-mortem diagnosis in heart conditions.
I see. Tell me, Dr. Cypress, Miss O'Neill, Mr. Oblensky, you and your wife were all present when the attack occurred?
That is correct. You see that elderly woman over there?
I was wondering about her. She picked a fine time to knit at a funeral service.
Well, my wife always knits, or sews, or darns. The first day I met her on duty as a nurse in Edinburgh, she was sewing. And I've never seen her without a bit of work in her hands.
Well, I'd like to speak to her later. I'd also like to accept your offer, Doctor.
Sir?
I want to see those electrocardiograms.
Oh, yes, of course. It's very kind of you to be doing this for Venice. Makes her feel much better. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to see if I can persuade her to take a sedative.
Well, what do you think, Joe? Was there a murder?
I don't think so. While you were chatting with Uncle Oblensky, I talked with Venice some more. Found out her mother had nothing to eat that whole day but black coffee, for which they sent out.
Yeah, rules out poison.
So?
Just the same, Joe, I want to talk to the undertaker. Tell him to stop the burial.
What?
The girl is entitled to an autopsy. The doctor was too anxious to make a case for the heart condition and his own reputability as a specialist. I want a postmortem before tomorrow morning. Now, where's the telephone?
In just a moment, we will return for the second act of Suspense.
Hello?
Dr. Wyman?
Speaking.
Doctor, I want you to arrange to secure the body of a woman for an autopsy. Thimble O'Neill, age 55.
Great painter. Greatest woman painter since Rosa Bonheur.
You know her?
I know her work. She dropped dead in the Oblensky Gallery, didn't she?
Yeah. What do you know about Dr. Charles Cypress?
He's a good man on cardiology.
Uh-huh. Private life?
Delayed adolescent playboy. Lives high.
Tell me more.
Oh, gambling, women, the usual.
Any connection between him and the lady painter?
Oh, that I wouldn't know. I know very little about live people. Why?
Well, seems he refused a relative's request for an autopsy.
Well, he's the doctor in the case. I think you'll find that his diagnosis will stand up.
Could be. Just the same, I want you to do this postmortem yourself.
Okay, I'll do the PM. I always wanted to meet O'Neill. Great painter. Terrific technique with the palette knife. Goodbye.
Mr. McCormick, I see you've come to see the chart.
Yes, Doctor. Yes, I have.
All right, fine. Mr. Morgan, this is my wife, Mrs. Cypress.
How do you do?
Do you need me, sir? I'll best sit with the poor girl a bit.
Well, Dr. Cypress has given her a sedative, Mrs. Cypress. I'd like you to stay.
I'll do that, sir. You don't mind if I get on with my sewing.
Not at all. I understand you carry it with you wherever you go.
Well, it wouldn't have been me if I didn't. They say something was wrong with me without a bit of sewing in my hand.
Here are Mrs. O'Neill's charts.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, I see you have them in chronological order.
Mm-hmm. Do you understand them?
Well, frankly, sir, I only know that an electrocardiogram gives a symbolic representation of the functioning of the heart.
Well put. Now, this line here, the spikes made by the tracing pen are the systole, the domes, the diastole. Now, here you see a cardiogram taken after Mrs. O'Neill's first heart attack 12 years ago. Mm-hmm. You can see the variation, Mr. Morgan. Here.
And right here, this looks like another severe attack.
Well, you have a very good eye, Mr. Morgan.
They ranged over a period of 12 years.
Yes.
Why didn't you tell Venice about her mother's heart condition?
The poor bairn had troubles therein. 'Twould be adding worries to her poor sick mind, sir.
My wife has spoken for me, Mr. Morgan.
I see. Tell me, Mrs. Cypress, did you ever nurse Venice?
Aye.
That would be professionally?
It was when she was having delusions and persecutions, and till the time the poor lass was sent away for institutional care. Many's the night I stayed with her to calm her fears.
Just one more question, Doctor, and I believe we'll be through.
Right.
You were made executor of Mrs. O'Neill's estate, and as I understand it, she willed you her art collection. Now, I can understand the executorship, but why did Mrs. O'Neill leave you her art collection?
Sir, I can explain the cause of that, if you don't mind.
Please, Mrs. Cypress.
The girl hated pictures. There was a night I was caring for her when she broke away from me and slashed about the studio with a knife, destroying her mother's canvases in rage and hatred.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think I've taken up enough of your time, but I may have to call upon you for grand jury appearances. I'll want to go over the material I discussed with you today. You'll hear from me.
Seen the papers?
Don't tell me. Let me guess.
D.A. halts funeral, foul play feared. Artist funeral is called off by district attorney. Autopsy ordered in mystery death.
Okay, Joe, you made your point.
What are you going to do?
Well, grand jury sits at 3. I'm going to have all the witnesses in here one by one before we go in. And you and I are going to go over their stories right up to the last minute. Because if Dr. Weinman doesn't come up with something, we're liable to end up with nothing.
In just a moment, we will return for the concluding act of Suspense.
Everybody outside, Joe?
Except Dr. Weinman. He said he'd be a little late.
How come?
I was telling him about the job you made me do calling off the ceremonies. I was telling him how Mrs. Cypress went right on sewing, and he jumped like he'd been shot.
Did you say anything?
Just mumbled.
Yeah. All right, we'll stall till he gets here. Look, I'll tell you what. Let's talk to Uncle Mitya Oblensky. I want to get the time element of this straight.
Sure. Mr. Mitya Oblensky.
Yes, Mr. Morgan. What is it, Mr. Morgan?
Mr. Oblensky, I merely want to clarify one item. The time. Checking your statements, I find that you are the only person who was certain of the exact time Mrs. O'Neill put her hand to her chest and said that...
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah.
And then so little smile, then gone. How I know it is 7 minutes to 11?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Very simple. We are hanging portrait of a girl in blue.
Yeah, go on. No, wait. Who's we?
The doctor is on the ladder. He holds actually the picture. On the floor, myself, standing to one side. Next to me, Venice. Right in front of the picture, Thimble O'Neill. Next to her, Mrs. Cypress.
What was she there for?
With her needle and thread, perhaps a hanging has to be moved, a stitch here, a stitch there.
Yeah, that's what she said. Go on.
In fact, not just 5 minutes before, she has sewed a tear in some velvet surrounding a little abstraction. Very handy to have around, a needlewoman, no?
Yeah, the time, Mr. Oblensky. How do you know the time?
Very simple. When Mrs. Cypress dropped her thimble...
Yeah, go on.
Well, just as we get the blue girl properly hung, she drops the thimble. I get on my knees to pick it up from under the table. I look across the room as I come out from the table under, and I look at the clock. 7 minutes to 11.
And at that moment, Mrs. O'Neill died?
Precisely. As I'm going on my hands and knees after the thimble, she is stricken.
Okay, thank you. Please wait outside with the others.
Mr. Morgan, Doc Wyman's here. The grand jury's ready.
Look, ask him for a few more minutes, Grace, huh? Morning, Doctor. What do you got?
Well, Dr. Cypress was right. Mrs. O'Neill had an advanced sclerotic condition of the heart area. It was entirely proper for her physician to infer that death had been caused by coronary occlusion.
So then she wasn't poisoned. No case, huh?
You want me to finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why don't you ask Mrs. Cypress why she did it?
Mrs. Cypress?
Sure, call her in. Tell her you know how, and then ask her why. Then you can go in and ask for a murder one indictment.
Well, maybe you know how, but I don't.
The cause of death was a small, sharp instrument thrust through the nape of the neck into the medulla oblongata, a portion of the brain governing the respiratory tract.
How do you know that?
I found the instrument lodged in the brain. It was a needle. When Russell told me the old girl had a habit, a compulsion, habit of sewing all the time.
Listen to this, Joe. Go ahead, Doctor.
I then found the hole in the back of Mrs. O'Neill's skull.
Wait, I just came in.
Of course. The thimble. Joe, go out and get Mrs. Cypress.
Mrs.
And tell her to bring her sewing. Mrs. Cypress, you sewed some black velvet, didn't you?
Oh, yes, sir. Framing the picture, yes?
Uh-huh. And velvet is soft.
Very soft, sir.
Would you need a thimble for that?
No, sir.
But you would need a thimble to force a heavy darning needle through human flesh. And as a nurse, you would know the medulla oblongata was one place such a thrust could cause instant death. And in your constant companion, your sewing kit, you could hide the weapon. Come on, Mrs. Cypress. The grand jury is waiting. I'd like to have your story.
You cannot prove it, sir.
Oh, Mrs. Cypress, I think you know better than that.
I strongly doubt you can prove it.
Nothing would be simpler. You can read this autopsy report for yourself at the bottom of the page. The needle was found by Dr. Weinman in the medulla. Death was instantaneous. Now, the needle could have been thrust into her brain only by the person standing next to her.
There were 4 persons in the room.
Only one had a thimble. All right, Mrs. Cypress. What do you want to do?
Sir, what would you do if you saw the man you married on the other side change before your eyes and grow too great for his old love? What would you do when poor Fay Lassie blurted out the story of her own liver's affairs with your own husband? What would you do if you knew the one who stole him away from you had a condition of the heart, and your own husband, being a physician, there was a likelihood of death being ascribed to that ailment and passing without notice, what with the death certificate and all? And you had the means of taking him back from her forever and keeping him once you told him the truth and her buried and forgotten. What would you do, Mr. Morgan?
I wouldn't murder her, Mrs. Cypress.
Well, I did.
All right, Mrs. Cypress. Let's go into the grand jury.
Oh, Mr. Morgan, will you not wait till the doctor brings back my sewing kit? I'm lost without it.
I'm afraid we're going to have to keep you away from needles. For a long time, ma'am. A very long time.
Suspense.
You've been listening to The Thimble, a story by Eliezer Lipsky, written for Suspense by Alan Sloan. In a moment, the names of our players and a word about next week's story of Suspense. Heard in tonight's story were Whitfield Connor, Terry Keane, Paul McGrath, Joe DeSantis, Danny Occo, Maurice Tarplin, Ruth Tobin, and Jane Rose. Listen again next week when we return with the classic story of nature's imbalance. On one side, the frightful Formicida doralini ants, and on the other, a man who knew no fear. The story, Leiningen versus the Ants. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. On CBS Radio. 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 Radio.
And now, another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
The time, Christmas 1958. The place, Korea. The story, a Korean Christmas carol, written for Suspense by George Bamber.
Sounds good, doesn't it? They hear kids singing, I mean. I can't understand the language, but I know what they mean. They sound so fresh and full of promise, almost as if they knew. But then I'm getting ahead of myself. The name's Connolly, PFC Larry Connolly. I'm a soldier in Korea. I was sent here just about a year ago this time. That's where this strange story begins. Christmas, 1958. Christmas was for me that year miserable. I'd been stuck on guard the night before, and so I planned to stay in bed the next day and forget about Christmas. I hadn't counted on my first sergeant.
Since I was the first man he came to in the barracks, it's only logical that I should be the man he picks to drive a truck all the way to Seoul and back. It was night by the time I got on the road, headed back from Seoul. It started to snow. Big flakes coming down soft at first, then so thick and fast I could hardly see. I was just over that first range of mountains. Was starting on the twisting, slippery way down when I saw him. The sight of him scared me wide awake. He was standing bareheaded, the wind whipping the snow and his hair around his face. When he raised his thumb, I had the strangest feeling he'd been expecting me. Almost as if it were unnecessary. As if he knew I'd stop. You want a lift? I'm going as far as Camp Santa Barbara. Well, where's that? What do you mean, where's that? Everybody knows where Camp Santa Barbara is. Don't stand there with the door open. Hop in.
All right.
Well, you picked a lousy place to hitchhike. Just didn't stop.
Oh, thanks.
Happened to your gloves? Your hands look half frozen.
Gloves? Well, I must have lost them.
Must have, don't you know?
Yes. Yeah, sure. I must have left them laying on the counter of the PX back there.
Leave your hat back there, too?
No. I lost my hat in the dark. I fell.
I suppose that's why your uniform's muddy and your jacket's torn.
Oh, yes, that's right. Of course. I was walking along the edge of the road and I slipped in the dark. And I slid halfway down the embankment before I could stop.
I see you managed to hang on to your bag.
Oh, yeah, I can't afford to lose that. It's important. I'm late as it is.
What outfit you from?
3rd Recon, 7th Division Infantry.
Infantry? There's all artillery up this way. The infantry stationed about 7 miles back. You're headed in the wrong direction.
Yeah, well, 3rd Recon is a special detachment. We're off in the hills, all by ourselves. It's just off this road.
Never heard of it before. My name's Connolly. Larry Connolly. What's yours?
Oh, thanks. Mine's Richard Dombrowski.
Good to know you, Dombrowski. Say, look, if you can let go of that bag long enough, I'll let you wear my gloves till your hands warm up.
Oh, no, thanks. That's all right. I'll put them in my pockets. Say, is it okay if I set my bag on the floor?
Oh, sure, no sweat. Say, you don't have a cigarette, do you? I'm fresh out.
Well, I don't know. Wait a minute. Yeah, here's some. Let me light it for you, though. You watch the road. I saw a whole truckload of troops disappear over that curve up ahead. Killed all but 2.
Yeah? When that happened?
1951.
1951?
Yep.
You were here when the war was on.
I guess you could say that.
Tell me, Dombrowski, what were you doing Christmas Day? That they didn't send you all the way to Seoul with an empty truck on a wild goose chase. That's what I did today. What'd you do 7 years ago?
Well, you see those lights up ahead? That's the village of Cheongju-ri. We marched through there the day before Christmas.
Were you scared?
Oh, I think everybody's scared.
Hey, look out. You'll burn yourself.
What's the matter?
Cigarette burned all the way down to your fingers.
Oh.
Isn't it burning you?
Well, that? No. I guess it burned itself out before it got to my skin. Anyway, you see that hill over there? Well, Christmas Day, 1951, my platoon was all dug in around that hill.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. We went out on a patrol from that hill. And that was one time I was plenty scared. As a matter of fact, it happened just 7 years ago tonight. It hadn't snowed that day, but there was snow on the ground. I can remember because the guys were joking that at least we had a white Christmas. And what a Christmas it was. As I said, it was quiet Christmas Day, 1951. We were sitting around in our holes waiting for the fun which we knew would begin the next day. They'd managed to get hot turkey up to us, so we were relatively comfortable and happy until Brownie, our squad leader, came back from a talk with the old man.
All right, I'll take the first 5. The old man wants us to go out and have a look around. Come on, knock it off. Get rid of your dog tags and canteens. Anything that might rattle or make a noise. We won't be gone long, but we're moving light. Hey, Whitey, Might as well leave your helmet here. We want to move quiet.
But, Sarge, it's too cold to go out without a hat.
Cut the comedy, Walker.
We moved out on schedule just as night was falling. And with the night came the cold. We moved rapidly along the valley for about an hour or so when Brownie stopped and raised his hand.
All right, you men, hold it up. Once we get on the other side of that ridge up ahead, we'll observe maximum security. No talking, no lights. Keep down. And watch where you put your big, clumsy feet.
Yeah.
These people just love tripwires with flares attached. Walker, you still got the walkie-talkie?
If I didn't, I wouldn't be here to tell you about it.
Still working?
It's warm, if that's what you mean. That's more than I can say for myself.
All right, keep it that way. We may need it if we run into trouble. Hey, while we're here, let's take one last check on your gear. Make sure your rifle bolts aren't frozen, weapons on safety, and all grenades are secure in the pins. Okay? Everybody set? Let's move out.
And so we did move out. The M1 felt light in my hands, like I'd never realized how light and easy it was to carry a rifle before. The going was easy. The rice paddies were frozen over and covered with snow, and we stepped carefully between the clumps of rice stubble left over from the last harvest, so the dry straw made no noise. We walked steadily, quietly, maybe 200 yards without a sound, regularly stepping up and over each low rice paddy wall as we came to it, each one bringing us just that much closer to the top. And then it happened.
Hit! Down! Hit the dirt! Get down!
Somebody must have tripped a wire because suddenly the inky black was transformed into the merciless white of the operating table. Everything seemed stopped and slowed down, just like an old movie before the projector blows up. I could see the other guys, the hills, and the deadly, winking fires of the guns. And then we fell down to the protection of the earth. And some of us fell with metal in our bodies.
Crawl, you apes! Crawl to the mud tight and stay low. They can't hit us there.
And we crawled, digging our knees and fingers into the frozen mud until they were bruised and torn. We crawled closer to the ground and faster than we ever had before. We crawled to the sanctuary of a foot-high mud hill.
Keep your heads down. They got us pinned. One's about 150 yards to our front. Where's the other?
Yeah, there's 200 yards to the left. They got us pinned in a crossfire. We'll never get out of here.
All right. Now, don't panic. Keep your head down. We'll make it out. Walker, see if you can raise Lady Wolf on the walkie-talkie. Walker?
Walker's laying out there in the middle of the paddy, Brownie. He's never going to have to worry about being warm again.
Smith's out there, too. I saw him get it. I saw it when the flare went up. I saw him catch it in the face.
Okay, Harry, easy. He's still got the walkie-talkie. Can you see if it's all right?
He's laying on it. It's hard to tell.
Whitey, that flare is going to go out mighty quick. If a man was fast, he could probably streak out there and back before they put up another one. We can use that walkie-talkie to call up some artillery to get these monkeys off our back.
I can't, Brownie. I must have been hit. I can't move my legs anymore. I can't even feel them.
Easy. Are you bleeding bad?
No.
Harry, you all right?
As far as I know.
Stevens?
Sure. I'd like to take a whirl at that walkie-talkie.
Wait till that flare burns out.
It's dying now.
Just a few more seconds. Go!
By the time the flare lit the sky, Stevens was halfway back, the walkie-talkie dangling from his right hand. No, of course, but in midair, some huge, invisible hand slapped him to the ground.
I'm hit. Oh, God, I'm hit.
Easy, boy, quiet. Where'd they get you?
I'm hit.
Look him over, Harry.
They busted his arm.
See any other places?
No, just his arm.
Wrap a dressing around it and button it inside his jacket. Hand me that walkie-talkie.
It's no good, Brownie. The walkie-talkie smashed.
What?
It's useless.
We're going to have to move out of here fast.
Well, how are we going to pull out? We can't crawl back down the paddy. They'll slaughter us.
All right, look. We'll move along the dike to the edge of the rice paddy. From there, we can duck into the underbrush and move back down the mountain.
We'll never make it. They'll spot us when we try to make across the clearing to the underbrush. They'll swing their guns around.
We gotta try it. We can't stay here. Stevens, can you crawl?
Yeah, I can make it.
Okay, now you lead off, and I'll follow you. I'll crawl backwards and pull Whitey along behind me.
Whitey?
You heard me.
Well, we'll never make it.
Quiet! All you have to do, Harry, is follow along behind and pick up the pieces. Take his weapon. It'll make him lighter.
Keep your hands off me, Harry.
Come on, Whitey. We haven't any time to fool around.
I'm not fooling. I'm not going with you guys.
Come on, you lost too much blood already.
That's just it. Like you said, Brownie, it's only a matter of time. You can't get anywhere with me. You'll never even get past the clearing trying to drag me across. You're smart enough to know that, Brownie. It'll be tough enough, even with 2 good legs.
We're not leaving you here.
That's what I figured you'd say, Brownie.
I'm still in charge here.
I figured you'd say that, too. Brownie, you see this grenade? It doesn't have any pin in it. The only thing that keeps the spring from kicking the clip off is my hand. Now get out of here, Brownie, before I let it go.
Oh, Whitey.
You want me to let loose of this grenade? Now prop that BAR up on the dike in front of me and scatter the clips where I can get at them. I'll wait until you guys get to the edge of the patio before I open up.
Look, baby.
I'm still holding the grenade, Brownie. Time is running out. You're going to have to hurry. I feel like I want to fall asleep, and I don't know how much longer I can stay awake. Just wish me a very Merry Christmas and beat it.
Merry Christmas, Whitey. All right, you guys, what are you waiting for? Let's move out.
See, that's right. This is Christmas. Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see. What's the matter? Don't you people like Christmas carols? Well, machine gun fire always was better getaway music than Christmas carols. Above thy dark and dreaming. Whitey lay there until the others had crawled to the end of a low rice paddy wall. And then he threw his grenade. When it exploded, he opened up with a BAR, making enough noise to make the enemy think the patrol was launching an attack. Both machine gun nests zeroed in on him, but Whitey stayed well below the little mud wall of the rice paddy, humming his Christmas carol, loading the BAR with a fresh clip every time it went empty, and perhaps wondering briefly why he was going to die so far away from home, on a little pond of frozen mud he didn't care about or even own. Still firing and singing, even after the rest of the squad had escaped into the underbrush, and until either the machine gunners found their mark, or else he finally fell asleep.
Gosh, he was quite a guy.
No, I guess it was just a detail that had to be done, and he had to do it. Well, there's my stop right there where that little road turns off up ahead.
Your detachment's up that road?
That's right at the end of it.
Well, sure, I've seen that road before, but I didn't think there was anything up there.
Well, just let me out here.
Yeah, sure thing.
Thanks a lot.
No sweat.
Say, if you ever want to look me up, remember my outfit's all the way up at the end of this road. I'll be right up there.
Okay, I'll drop in sometime.
Right. So long, and thanks again.
I drove off figuring it'd be a very cold day in Korea before I ever looked him up. Such a weird guy gave me the creeps. I got about 5 miles down the road when I discovered he left his bag sitting on the floor of the Deuce and a Half. Took a lot of arguing with myself, but I decided that the only decent thing I could do was to swing around and take it back to him. Besides, maybe I could stop in the orderly room and check him out. Find out what his story really was. On the way back, I almost missed the road because it was so small and seldom used. I drove up it for about 10 minutes. I was beginning to wonder if I hadn't gotten the wrong road after all, because I passed no other vehicles or GIs or anything to indicate there was an infantry company around. Just when I was ready to turn back to the main road, I saw lights twinkling up ahead from what looked like a couple of Quonsets. It seemed impossible that an infantry outfit could be housed in 2 Quonsets, but I pulled the Deuce and a Half to a halt outside the gate and cut off the motor. I picked up the AWOL bag, got out of the truck, trying to figure out which one was the orderly room. I walked across the hard-packed snow of the yard to the first Quonset. I still couldn't figure it out. Light and warmth seemed to pour from the windows along with the music I remembered from somewhere, but couldn't quite understand. I stepped up to the first window I came to and looked inside. There were kids all over the place, kids of all sizes and descriptions, kids just old enough to sit by themselves, kids just losing their first teeth, some just starting their teens. I stood in the snow spellbound, just watching them sing. Finally, I tore myself away and headed for the front door, eager to be inside. A plaque made out of the howitzer shell stopped me. In the faint light, I could just barely make out the words engraved on the polished brass. But finally, I read it all. It said, "This orphanage has been erected and maintained in the memory of Corporal Richard Whitey Dombrowski, who somewhere north of the village of Chungju-ri, Christmas night, 1951, willingly gave his life that others might live." Suddenly, I didn't know where I belonged anymore. The AWOL bag dragged at the end of my arm like a 1,000-pound weight. I could figure what was in it, but I tore it open anyway. The bag full of candy, soap, and toothpaste and gum shined up at me, looking as rich and rare as frankincense and myrrh. I closed the bag, laid it up against the door, close, so they wouldn't miss it. And then I banged on the door as loud and long as I could, until I was sure that they heard me. And then I ran. I ran back down the road to my truck as fast and as hard as I could.
Suspense.
You've been listening to a Korean Christmas carol written for Suspense by George Bamber. In a moment, the names of our players and a word about next week's story of Suspense. In tonight's story were Bill Lipton as Larry Connolly and Lyle Sudrow as Richard. Also heard were Larry Robinson, Lawson Zerby, Bill Meader, Alan Manson, and Guy Rep. Listen again next week when we return with Moonlight Sail, written especially for Suspense by William N. Robeson. Another tale well calculated to keep you in